The distress signal. The vast expanse of the Andromeda Quadrant hummed with an uneasy silence. Starlight glimmered against the sleek hull of the diplomatic vessel Horizon, its sophisticated sensors scanning the intricate web of political tensions that stretched across multiple star systems. Zara Velian stood near the observation deck, her slender fingers tracing the holographic display of galactic boundaries. As a senior diplomatic strategist for the Interstellar Coalition, she understood the delicate balance that prevented total systemic warfare. Each civilization teetered on the edge of conflict, their territories marked by invisible lines of potential aggression. "Commander Thane," she called, her voice crisp and controlled, "what do you make of these recent transmissions?" Rorik Thane approached, his military bearing evident in every measured step. Cybernetic augmentations glinted subtly along his jawline, a testament to years of strategic engagement and technological adaptation. His eyes, a striking mixture of steel gray and electric blue, scanned the holographic data. "Unusual communication patterns," he muttered. "The Xylarian diplomatic channels are showing significant interference. And these energy signatures near the Orion outer rim, they're unlike anything in our current database." The Horizon's communication array suddenly flickered, an unexpected burst of static breaking the calm. A distress signal, weak but persistent, emerged from the depths of uncharted space. Zara's eyebrow arched. "Routing it through our decryption protocols." Thane nodded, his fingers dancing across the holographic interface. Complex algorithms began parsing the fragmented transmission, slowly revealing its cryptic message. "It's not from any registered galactic civilization," he announced, a hint of intrigue replacing his usual professional detachment. "The signal's origin point is beyond our mapped territories." The transmission was fragmented, broken into pieces that hinted at a desperate situation. Scattered words emerged. "Under attack. Cannot defend. Seeking assistance." The language was unfamiliar, its syntax suggesting a civilization far removed from known galactic communication standards. "We need more context," Zara said, her diplomatic training pushing her to gather comprehensive information before making any decisions. Lieutenant Aria Voss, the ship's primary communication specialist, joined them. Her neural interface allowed her to process multiple communication streams simultaneously. "The signal's technological signature suggests an advanced civilization, but one using communication methods we've never encountered." Rorik Thane's cybernetic eye zoomed in on the transmission's spatial coordinates. "These coordinates are within the disputed zone between the Thalassian Confederation and the Quantum Directorate. Neither faction would risk sending a rescue mission." The political landscape was complex. The Thalassian Confederation, known for their biotechnological prowess, maintained strict non-intervention policies. The Quantum Directorate, with their advanced computational networks, preferred strategic observation over direct engagement. "We can't ignore a potential humanitarian crisis," Zara argued. Her reputation within the Interstellar Coalition was built on diplomatic intervention and strategic compassion. Thane's expression remained neutral, but his tactical mind was already calculating potential scenarios. A rescue mission could trigger a massive diplomatic incident. "If this is a trap, we risk destabilizing the entire quadrant's political structure." The ship's advanced AI, integrated into the main computational core, began running complex simulations. Potential outcomes flickered across secondary displays. Conflict scenarios, diplomatic repercussions, potential technological exchanges. "The signal is repeating," Lieutenant Voss announced. "But it's degrading. Whatever civilization sent this, they're running out of time." Zara turned to Thane, her decision already forming. "Prepare a reconnaissance team. We're going to investigate." The Horizon's reconnaissance team assembled quickly, a testament to their training and precision. Commander Thane selected a diverse group of specialists. Lieutenant Voss for communications, Dr. Karim Mederi, a xenobiological expert, and tactical officer Reina Valdez. "We're entering uncharted territory," Thane briefed the team. Our primary objective is reconnaissance. Observe, analyze, but do not engage unless absolutely necessary. The ship's quantum drive hummed to life, bending space-time around them as they approached the coordinates of the mysterious distress signal. The vast emptiness of space seemed to hold its breath, waiting. As they drew closer, the first anomalies became apparent. Debris fields drifted in carefully geometric patterns, not random destruction, but something more deliberate. Dr. Naderi's analysis screens began lighting up with complex data streams. "These are remnants of advanced technology," he muttered, zooming in on fragmentary sensor readings. "But the composition, it's unlike anything in our databases." Lieutenant Voss interrupted, her neural interface crackling with incoming data. "I'm picking up residual energy signatures. Whatever conflict occurred here happened recently, within the last 72 hours. Zara watched the holographic displays, her diplomatic training battling with a growing sense of unease. The universe rarely presented such mysterious scenarios without complex underlying motivations. Suddenly, the ship's sensors erupted with activity. A massive energy surge emerged from seemingly nowhere, a spatial distortion that shouldn't have been possible according to current scientific understanding. "Evasive maneuvers," Thane shouted, but it was too late. The horizon was caught in a gravitational anomaly that defied conventional physics. Systems flickered, quantum stabilizers struggled to maintain coherence, and for a moment, reality itself seemed to bend around them. When the chaos subsided, they were somewhere else entirely. Not just a different location in space, but a fundamentally different context of existence. Dr. Naderi's voice trembled. "Our position, it's impossible. We've been transported across multiple dimensional boundaries." The ship's external sensors revealed a star system unlike anything they had ever encountered. Planets that shouldn't exist according to known astrophysical models orbited in impossible configurations. Energy readings suggested technological capabilities far beyond anything the Interstellar Coalition had ever imagined. "Is this a trap?" Reina Valdez asked, her hand instinctively moving to her defensive systems. Before anyone could respond, a communication channel opened, not through their standard protocols, but directly into their neural interfaces, a method of communication so advanced it bypassed traditional technological barriers. A voice emerged, not spoken, but understood. A consciousness that translated itself into comprehensible language. "You have answered our call," the voice said. It wasn't mechanical, nor was it entirely organic. Something in between. A fusion of technological consciousness and living intelligence. Zara stepped forward, her diplomatic training kicking in. "We received a distress signal. We came to offer assistance." A moment of silence, then a response that sent chills through the entire crew. "Assistance? No, you have been chosen." The implications of that statement hung in the air, heavy with unspoken meaning. Chosen for what? By whom? The mysteries were only beginning to unfold. Commander Thane's tactical systems were on full alert. Whatever had brought them here, whatever intelligence was communicating with them, this was far beyond a simple rescue mission. The ship's interior seemed to pulse with an otherworldly energy. The communication, if it could be called that, continued to unfold in ways that challenged everything the crew understood about interstellar interaction. "Chosen," Dr. Naderi repeated, his scientific mind racing to comprehend the encounter. "Chosen for what?" The ethereal consciousness expanded, filling the ship's communication systems with a cascade of information. Fragments of images, historical data, and complex mathematical equations flickered across their neural interfaces. It was like witnessing the universe's most intricate puzzle being assembled in real time. Commander Thane's tactical systems went into overdrive. "We're maintaining defensive protocols," he muttered to Zora, his cybernetic augmentations analyzing every microscopic detail of the transmission. The voice, or consciousness, continued. "Your civilization stands at a crossroads. The threat approaching is beyond your current comprehension. We have observed. We have waited. And now, you are here. Lieutenant Voss's communication systems began to translate the deeper layers of the transmission. What emerged was both terrifying and fascinating, a warning of a cosmic-scale threat that had been moving silently through the galaxy, consuming entire civilizations without leaving a trace. A predatory intelligence, Dr. Naderi whispered, his eyes wide with a mixture of scientific excitement and profound fear. Not just a species or a technological threat, but something that exists between the quantum layers of reality itself. Zara recognized the diplomatic minefield they were navigating. Every word, every response could potentially alter the course of not just their mission, but potentially their entire civilization's future. "We are prepared to listen," she responded carefully, choosing her words with diplomatic precision. "But we need to understand the full context of this threat." The consciousness seemed to pause, if such a term could be applied to an entity that existed beyond traditional concepts of time and space. Then, a massive data stream began to download directly into the ship's systems. Historical records began to compile. Not just text or images, but complete experiential memories. The crew found themselves witnessing the fall of civilizations, the rise of technological marvels, and the silent movement of a threat that consumed entire star systems without a trace. Reina Valdez's tactical displays began mapping the threat's progression. It was a pattern of destruction that defied conventional understanding. Civilizations simply vanishing, leaving behind only the most microscopic traces of their existence. "It moves between dimensional barriers," Commander Thane observed, his tactical systems struggling to process the information. Not a traditional invasion, but a complete systemic consumption of reality itself. The mysterious consciousness continued its transmission. "Your species has a unique potential, a variable we have not encountered in our calculations. Humanity's ability to adapt, to survive, to transform. It is unexpected." Dr. Naderi leaned forward, his scientific curiosity overriding his fear. "You've been studying us. For how long?" "Centuries. Millennia. Time is a construct that holds little meaning to our kind." The ship's systems began to integrate the incoming data. Star charts rearranged themselves, showing the progression of this cosmic threat. Entire galactic sectors had been silently consumed, their existence erased with such precision that no traditional detection methods would have noticed. Zara realized they were being presented with a choice, though the parameters of that choice remained frustratingly unclear. "What exactly do you want from us?" she asked, her diplomatic training demanding clarity. The response was both simple and profound. "Survival. Not just of your species, but of the fundamental concept of existence itself." The ship's internal systems began to react in ways that defied conventional understanding. Quantum fluctuations rippled through the Horizon's infrastructure, causing holographic displays to shimmer and shift with impossible geometries. "We're experiencing quantum entanglement beyond our current technological comprehension," Dr. Naderi reported, his voice a mixture of scientific excitement and underlying terror. "The very fabric of our reality is being rewritten." Commander Thane's cybernetic systems began to overload, streams of data flooding his neural interface, faster than even his augmented mind could process. "This is more than communication," he ground out between clenched teeth. "It's a complete information transfer that's restructuring our fundamental understanding of existence." The mysterious consciousness continued its revelations. Images began to form, not just visual representations, but complete experiential memories. The crew found themselves witnessing the rise and fall of civilizations, the birth and death of entire star systems, all compressed into moments of stunning clarity. Lieutenant Voss was the first to fully comprehend the scale of the threat. "It's not just about physical destruction," she whispered. "This entity, or entities, consume entire dimensional realities. They don't just destroy civilizations. They erase them from the very fabric of existence." Zara watched as holographic projections revealed a terrifying cosmic map. Entire galactic sectors appeared and disappeared, like ripples in an impossible ocean of reality. The threat moved with a mathematical precision that suggested something far beyond traditional concepts of intelligence. Why us? Reina Valdez asked, her tactical mind struggling to find a strategic approach to this incomprehensible scenario. Why humanity? The consciousness seemed to pause, a moment of consideration that felt like an eternity compressed into a microsecond. Adaptability, the voice responded. Your species represents an anomaly, a potential solution to a problem that has consumed countless civilizations. Dr. Naderi leaned forward, his scientific curiosity overriding his fear. What problem? The ship's systems began to project a complex diagram, a representation of cosmic entropy that went far beyond traditional scientific understanding. It showed a gradual collapse of reality itself, a slow but inevitable destruction of the fundamental laws that governed existence. The universe is dying, the consciousness explained, not through traditional means of stellar collapse or heat death, but through a systematic consumption by an intelligence that exists beyond dimensional boundaries. Commander Thane's tactical systems began to compile the information. You're asking us to be what? A weapon? A solution? Another pause. Then a response that sent chills through the entire crew. You are a variable, unpredictable, capable of adaptation beyond logical parameters. The ship's quantum drive began to resonate with the incoming information. Star charts rearranged themselves, showing potential pathways of resistance against the cosmic threat. It was less a map and more a multidimensional strategy of survival. Zara recognized the diplomatic complexity of their situation. They were being offered, or perhaps drafted into, a role in a conflict that transcended human comprehension. What do you require of us? She asked, her voice steady despite the magnitude of the revelation. The response was both simple and terrifyingly complex. Prepare, evolve, resist. The transmission began to fade, but not before downloading a final burst of information into the Horizon systems. Technological blueprints, strategic insights, and a profound understanding of the cosmic threat began to integrate into their databases. As the communication dissolved, the crew found themselves changed, not physically, but in a way that fundamentally altered their perception of reality. Dr. Naderi was the first to speak. We're not just observers anymore, he said quietly. We've been recruited into a war for the very concept of existence. The horizon emerged from the quantum distortion changed in ways the crew was only beginning to understand. Normal space seemed different, more intricate, with subtle layers of complexity that had previously gone unnoticed. Systems diagnostic, Commander Thane ordered, his voice tight with tension. Lieutenant Voss's neural interface began scanning, her fingers dancing across holographic displays. Quantum signature is altered. Our technological infrastructure has been fundamentally modified by the transmission. Dr. Naderi moved to his research station, his hands trembling slightly. The data we received. It's not just information. It's a blueprint, a comprehensive strategy for cosmic survival. Reina Valdez's tactical systems began mapping the strange new parameters of their existence. Star charts transformed, revealing hidden pathways and dimensional vulnerabilities that had always existed but remained undetected. Zara watched the transformation, her diplomatic training struggling to comprehend the magnitude of their situation. We've been chosen, she muttered, but chosen for what exactly? The ship's quantum drive began to pulse with an energy that defied conventional understanding. Holographic projections erupted around them, not just maps or data streams, but living representations of potential future scenarios. The threat is systemic, Dr. Naderi explained, analyzing the incoming data. It's not a traditional invasion, more like a dimensional predation. Entire civilizations consumed without a trace, erased from the fabric of reality itself. Commander Thane's cybernetic eye scanned the projections. These are not just potential futures. They're probabilistic outcomes, multiple realities existing simultaneously. A massive holographic representation emerged, a cosmic threat that moved between dimensional barriers. consuming entire civilizations with mathematical precision. It was less an enemy and more a fundamental force of cosmic destruction. We're not just talking about a war, Lieutenant Voss realized. We're talking about preservation of existence itself. The ship's systems began to integrate the downloaded information. Technological blueprints appeared. Advanced propulsion systems, quantum communication protocols, defensive technologies that pushed the boundaries of known science. These aren't just schematics, Dr. Naderi whispered. They're evolutionary pathways, technologies that could transform our entire understanding of reality. Zara recognized the diplomatic complexity. We've been given a choice, not just to survive, but to become something more. Reina Valdez's tactical analysis revealed the true nature of their recruitment. Humanity wasn't just a potential solution. They were an adaptive variable in a cosmic equation of survival. The threat moves between dimensional barriers, she explained, consuming realities with a precision that suggests an intelligence beyond traditional comprehension. But we're unpredictable. Commander Thane's cybernetic systems began correlating the data. Humanity's greatest strength has always been adaptation. Our ability to evolve, to transform in the face of impossible challenges. The ship's quantum drive hummed with a new energy. The crew felt it, a fundamental transformation that went beyond technological modification. They were becoming something different, something more. Dr. Naderi looked up, his eyes reflecting a profound understanding. We're not just passengers anymore. We're participants in a cosmic strategy of survival. The Horizon continued its journey, but nothing would be the same. They had been recruited into a war that transcended traditional concepts of conflict, a battle for the very concept of existence. The final stage of their cosmic journey approached with a sense of inevitable transformation. The Horizon had become more than a ship. It was now a living testament to humanity's potential for adaptation and survival. Commander Thane's tactical systems had evolved beyond their original design. Neural interfaces now connected directly with the ship's quantum drive, creating a symbiotic relationship that blurred the lines between organic intelligence and technological innovation. We're approaching the dimensional threshold, Lieutenant Voss announced, her voice calm despite the magnitude of their mission. The cosmic threat materialized around them, not as a traditional enemy, but as a complex web of dimensional predation. It was a force that consumed entire realities with mathematical precision, erasing civilizations without a trace. Dr. Naderi's research had revealed the true nature of their adversary. It's not just an enemy, he explained. It's a systemic process of dimensional consumption, a force that feeds on the very fabric of existence. Zara understood now the true meaning of their recruitment. Humanity wasn't just a potential solution. They were a variable that defied conventional understanding, an adaptive intelligence that could potentially disrupt the cosmic threat's methodical destruction. Prepare quantum stabilization protocols, Commander Thane ordered. The ship's systems responded, quantum fields generating a protective barrier that pushed against the dimensional boundaries. The battle, if it could be called that, was unlike any conflict in recorded history. They weren't fighting with weapons, but with fundamental understanding. Each quantum fluctuation was a strategic move, each dimensional shift a potential pathway to survival. Reina Valdez's tactical systems revealed the complexity of their strategy. We're not destroying the threat, she realized. We're redirecting it, changing its fundamental nature. The Horizon began to transform. Its hull became a living interface, quantum technologies merging with the crew's biological systems. They were becoming something more than human, a hybrid of technological potential and adaptive intelligence. Initiating dimensional resonance, Lieutenant Voss announced. The ship, no, the weapon, began to pulse with an energy that defied conventional understanding. Quantum fields expanded, creating ripples that challenged the very nature of the cosmic threat. Dr. Naderi watched in awe. We're not just fighting, he whispered. We're evolving. The dimensional predator recoiled. For the first time in its existence, it encountered a variable it couldn't calculate. Humanity's unpredictability became its greatest weapon. Commander Thane's voice cut through the cosmic chaos. "We are the adaptation," he declared, "the variable that cannot be predicted." Zora understood now the true meaning of their mission. They weren't just saving themselves. They were protecting the fundamental concept of existence itself. The final moments of the conflict were beyond traditional comprehension. Reality itself seemed to bend, quantum possibilities collapsing and expanding in impossible patterns. And then, silence. The horizon emerged changed, not destroyed, but transformed. A living testament to humanity's potential to survive, to adapt, to become something more than they ever imagined. "Mission complete," Lieutenant Voss said quietly. But they all knew this was just the beginning. The universe had found its unexpected defenders. Humanity had taken its first step into a larger, more complex cosmic reality.